We are live.
Where were the first 4 clicks?
Oh, I saved you that so the anxiety be lower.
Now it's even higher because I didn't realize I just fell into a pit full of snakes.
Oh boy.
Thanks, John.
I'm trying to help. And I hurt.
You made it. I believe in you.
It's okay. My heart was good.
It was.
You know what I mean? It wasn't to hurt. It was to help. But then I hurt.
You really you brought me into a better place.
I know you probably didn't want me to, but
No,
yeah,
but it happened.
But hey, medicine doesn't taste good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't taste good, which is why we don't have to have it if we don't want to. So
it's true. You got me. Grown-ups. What?
So what's been new in the world of John Brown?
What's been new? Well, a few things. I played that show Thursday night.
Yes.
My live gig, which we can certainly get into because
oh yes, for sure.
I was good. Bad crowd, if I can say that. Right.
Okay.
It wasn't just me, so I don't feel so bad about it.
But
it doesn't feel good, you know. Especially like having to live through it.
Right.
You know, it's never good when there's a crowd that's just really loud from the beginning and there's nothing you can do to get them back. You know, it's like, okay, 27 more minutes to go.
Yeah, it's just a runaway train of something going on that you have those sheep are clearly without a shepherd.
Yeah, just no control over it whatsoever.
Okay.
I had no control.
So that went down.
That went down. Another thing. Fuck. I had it too. Oh, I wanted to talk about last week's show.
Oh God.
Did you hope I wouldn't bring that up?
Well, which part of it?
Well, just the whole thing.
The whole thing? Okay.
Yeah. Why? Were you worried about a specific part?
You know, just all of it.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, you know, it's worth being concerned about.
Great.
Not really. But I requested that Scott be on with me again.
Okay.
But alone. And it's not because of you, but I'll explain.
Okay. It's never because of me.
No. It wasn't because of you. Because my original thing was, he asked me because he wanted to do a show. And my original plan was, okay, we could just come in and you can kind of sit back, take it in, and just realize that it's not scary. It's a lot easier than people think it is. Because we're just talking.
Right.
But like the way we do a show, which is we just talk about old times, we talk about video games, we talk about things that are going on in the world, you know, like just conversational stuff. Scott doesn't know about what's going on in the world. You know, he doesn't pay attention to that stuff.
I don't know until about 3 seconds before the show starts myself.
I can hear that Google going.
Yeah, well, so what's funny is as you're saying that, I'm actually logging into my email right now to see if anything.
Oh,
because I'm on top of it.
Yeah, he's Mr. Greg Homework Lohman, was what I always called him.
Woo! I was pretty good at that.
But like when last week there was a part where we started talking about Cosby. His wife came out and made a statement last week, and Scott really didn't know about Cosby, what was going on at all.
Okay,
like that's the level of and I know that about him, and it's perfectly fine, but like the format that me and you follow, he was just deer in the headlights, you know, panicked. And me and him bullshit all day long about stuff that would be pretty fun to talk about, but it usually has nothing to do with like what's actually going on in the world.
Right.
It's just stuff in our little bubble. And yeah, it's just like, it was a weird, like the format that me and you follow, or not really follow, but just what we fall into. For him, it's just not, that's just not going to work.
Yeah, he texted me. He's like, I am so sorry. I'm like, no, man, it's not you. Oh God, that was not you.
No, it was just like a weird combination that we were just trying to dig ourselves out of. And
Did you get some hate mail on last week's episode? Was it not the most popular one to date?
no, I didn't get a hate mail.
Oh,
No.
not yet.
Okay, well, but but yeah, I just thought we should bring it up. It's like, what the fuck?
It's no, definitely it was definitely different. I think yeah. Just clash of worlds.
Yeah, it's exactly, that's a perfect way to put it. It's a clash of worlds. And I, like, in the back of my mind, I knew that was a very real possibility, but I wanted to be nice and be like, just take it at your own pace. And then like 10 minutes in, I'm like, oh no, I think I see where this is going. Like, why didn't I just bite the bullet and think of what was actually going to happen?
And then the next thing you know, our phones are talking to each other, and Julie got banished. She's not welcome to come on today.
Okay, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's probably for the best.
Hey guys, let's do this shit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. fucking computer Scott's still here, so that's good.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere.
What's up, CS?
Well, it's so this is something I learned doing a show a few years back. Is that you're going to reach a point where old timey, oh, and I was there too type stories, those will only go so far because you run out of them.
Yes.
And then you reach a point where you have to get into a stride and just kind of go off of each other in order to at least make something like worthwhile to talk about for an hour to an hour and a half. Which, one, not every combination of people can do this.
Correct.
I think we're fortunate in the fact that we seem to have mostly been able to dodge any sort of real actual planning bullets thus far.
Yes.
Not saying that there's not going to ever become a time where we need to maybe work a little bit harder on the Sunday or Saturday before the show.
Right, do a little bit of show prep.
It could happen.
We've been lucky enough to avoid so far.
It's probably nearer rather than further.
Right, of course.
At the same point where when you have like decent co-hosts and host charisma, you can kind of cheat that aspect of things a bit.
Absolutely.
And
Chemistry.
Yep. Science.
Yeah.
We're like answer to literally fucking every question.
Yes, exactly right.
So you've got that. And sometimes when you have like that type of banter, like you and I have, and you put somebody in the middle of it, it could be like just trying to cross the freeway.
Correct. Yeah.
And Scott, I am so sorry. I still love you.
Yeah, right. Like, I told him that too. I'm like, listen, no one's mad at you. It's all good. I don't care. But I mean, like, I care, but it's, there's no negative feelings towards what happened or anything. There was quite a few actually really funny moments that were much harder to live through than to look back at.
No, it's kind of one of those things where the next day I went to work and I asked the people, I'm like, hey guys, so who wants to help me make a mobile game that's a really dark dating sim?
That has like it's like multiple discs, like fucking Resident Evil.
But no, yeah, I was like, oh man, is this it?
Yeah. Well, the thing, I knew it was all over halfway through when we read the email. And you said, let's try something different. I said, okay. And you said, Scott, what do you think about this? And he goes, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh, dear Jesus, you could have said anything.
Email, the one jewel that we kneel before and regard on high as our lifeline of communication with our listeners and a pool of free content from which to draw conversation from. And if you want to contribute to this pool, you can always email us at john@thejohnbrownshow.com or greg@thejohnbrownshow.com.
That's right.
But yeah, no, you got to listen to emails. They're super important.
Email us at john@thejohnbrownshow.com or greg@thejohnbrownshow.com for advice, you silly bitches.
All right. Man,
he loves the plug.
Yeah, he has plugged that tighter than I'm just going to drop that sentence right there.
Fine. Fair enough. Insert whatever you want out there, people.
No phrasing.
I'd like to say that was intentional, but
Yeah. No. Nope.
Anything new in the world of G-Lo?
Yes, I did not get a promotion at work last week, so I was disappointed.
No.
So I responded in jest by playing video games all weekend and being antisocial, which is what you should do whenever something goes wrong in your life. Is just be antisocial about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's when the real healing begins. Is when you somehow spend all of your time by yourself while avoiding yourself.
Yes,
That's my school of thought when it comes to healing.
you're just like, how am I spending so much time with myself? What is this?
And not at all, confronting it.
No,
It's
exactly.
the best way to do everything, if you ask me.
So that went on. So that was a little frustrating because I felt like I've been living at my job for the past forever.
Right.
But what I did that was good is I got to play a video game I've never played before.
Which is?
It's called The Forest, and it's definitely something.
Okay. Is this for the computer?
Yes, all of my games are for the computer.
Okay.
I don't
Take
believe in
notes.
those silly television boxes.
All games for computer. Okay. Taking some notes.
If it's not on computer, it's not a goddamn game.
PS what? Nothing. That's what?
PS nothing.
So what is this? What's the forest about?
So the premise of the game is that you're in an airplane that crashes on an island, and you come to in surprise a forest,
Mm.
and it is a kind of a more gritty survival horror-y type Minecraft game. Instead of there being a whole bunch of adorable blocky monsters, it has pretty realistic looking visuals to it. And there's these weird cannibal mutants that are trying to kill you.
Wow.
So you need to endure this harsh wilderness and try and make it for as long as you can while looking for the downed crew of this plane. It's pretty good. There's a lot of depth to it from what I could tell right away. It's still an alpha, so the game needs a lot of love.
Oh,
But
okay. So it's not even out yet, really?
it's one of those early access games where they'll pretty much sell it to you when it's not finished, so you can help them pay to make their game.
Right.
Which I have like mixed opinions on. I think that the reward for making a game is that people buy it, not the other way around.
Yeah, it'd be weird to like make half an album and then be like, all right, everybody, can you buy this and write the rest of it for me so I can finish making it?
Well, yeah, it's like Kickstarter is a fine example of the whole with the premise of that thing where you pay somebody to make a product to sell to you.
Right.
In crowdfunded projects and whatnot, which I don't really know the difference between that and just flat out just traditional begging of like entrepreneurship and capital venture and whatnot. They're venture capitalists, like, except you go to people and then they're like, I want to make this thing and please donate money for it. And then you don't know where that money's going. You don't know if it's ever coming back.
Right.
A good example of this on the PC is DayZ. The developers pocketed all the cash that people bought for early access and they jumped ship to develop the game for PS4 because Sony gave more money.
Oh.
So it's pretty much just like,
it's a good kick in the balls.
yeah, and it's like got on their fucking shit motorcycle and gave everybody the fingers. They drove off in the sunset with money flying out of the exhaust pipe. So
What a bunch of fucking pricks.
but this one I actually didn't pay for it. A few years back I got these headphones in Team Fortress 2 and I traded somebody this hat in Team Fortress for the Forest Shovel Knight and then another hat.
This is a virtual hat?
Yeah, it's actually
Okay.
called the Towering Pillar of Hats. It's 3 hats on top of each other.
All right.
Yeah, so when I'm playing Team Fortress 2, you can tell my character is coming like up the hill by their towering pillar of hats.
Wow. See, I have to ask stupid questions like, is this a virtual hat?
Oh, of course it's a virtual hat.
Yeah, right. It's not even a joke either. Like, I'm like an old school game guy. Like 10 years ago, I was on top of shit. And today, it's just not so much.
Oh no, yeah. Now you live in a world where you're like, whoa, what do you mean that game is $15 per month?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, why do I have to keep paying for this? I
'Cause
bought
you
it.
do.
But I bought
Don't.
it.
Oh, you bought the right to play it for $15 a month.
Yeah, you bought the privilege of paying $15 a month to play this.
Yes,
Lovely.
that's pretty much exactly it. Actually,
Yeah, you bought a subscription for $15.
yes, yep, you're nailing it.
Which I don't mind. It's just I'm just that ignorant on video games today.
there's still some good ones I think are John Brown style things. Have you gone back to Amnesia yet? Are you still avoiding that shit like the plague?
Yeah, I haven't really played it since,
Okay.
but I should. I'll have some time coming up with time off of work.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
so guess
throw that
what?
on. All right.
I have 3 fucking days off this week that I didn't know about.
Well, wow.
Yeah.
What days are that?
They are Wednesday through Friday. Just didn't know.
Boom. Boom. Well, when
I
you're a
know.
Judica guy, you don't give a shit about Christmas.
No, it's true. I totally just lost track of it. I did.
You're like, my fucking holidays all month.
No, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's this week?
Right.
Like, oh, not bad. How am I doing with that, by the way? Am I winning? I think I'm still winning.
I saw a couple posts from you.
Yeah, we've really been around. Oh, yeah. We're ahead by a lot.
It's hard to believe.
What the hell? Somebody else has thrown their hat in and spent a lot of money on themselves, though.
Boy.
Not enough to matter.
Yeah, not enough where I'm concerned about it.
Yeah, yeah, we're the closest competitor is 6,369 points, and my team's at 7,734.
Oh, wow. Double?
Nope, that is 1,000 more. But
Oh, my ears aren't working. I apologize.
it is a sizable lead, and because with Judica, those numbers are closely related to real, actual dollars.
Excellent.
So it's very hard to just close a gap on a whim in this game.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I decided because I don't really, Christmas, Christ, Mass, I don't really follow, the word of Christ.
Sure.
Which, most people who do they're all going, yes, that's true. Very true. I decided to find somebody who was born on Christmas Day that I know, definitely know their history and definitely know they exist exactly the way everybody thinks they do. So I'm celebrating Didymus.
Didymus?
Yeah, she was born on Christmas.
Oh God, I thought you were about to say it was Tony Zifmas. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, because there's 2 of them too. He's a twin.
I knew it. I could have sworn he had a brother.
Yes.
Is that Scott Skillinger?
No.
Okay, phew. That was the other thing I was concerned about.
They have different last names, Greg.
Well, that's not uncommon.
For twins?
Maybe for twins it's a little uncommon.
Yeah, well, maybe Scott has a husband and he had to change his name.
Yeah.
Maybe
they were divorced and they split it down the middle.
We're not homophobes.
Yeah.
Scott's husband's a great guy.
And he has a different last name because of it.
Mr. Skillinger. He's here and he's queer and we're used to it, okay? It's fine.
Okay.
We got used to it.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, I love him just like a brother who is gay.
Right.
Scott Skillinger's gay.
That'll get him right back on the show.
I hope so. He's gonna be like, I'm a little gay.
How much?
Right. That's my next question. That's that chemistry we were talking about earlier. But I'll go back and talk about the gig Thursday if you'd like to hear about it.
Yes, I do. Okay. I do want to hear about this.
So
actually.
I had 5 songs lined up. I didn't know what order I was going to put them in, just because I don't like doing that, because I don't know. It takes some of the spontaneity out of it, and I like that a little bit. And I had a half-hour set. Okay, so I had 5 songs lined up. I had "Don't Drink the Water" by Dave Matthews, which I've performed that enough times, and it doesn't do anything for me. But for some reason, I insist on trying it again and again. Not that it goes badly, but it just doesn't. I don't think it's great. My version of it. But anyway, the second song was "Mr. Tambourine Man" by Bob Dylan.
Okay.
Which was the first time I ever played that live, and it was the first time I ever used a harmonica live. So I knew if that song went well, the rest of the set would go fine. And then I did "Pride and Joy" by Stevie Ray Vaughan. I did a little guitar solo thing for it was 3 or 4 minutes. And then I did "Voodoo Child" by Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
This is all acoustic. So it's just me and an acoustic and harmonica with the Dylan song.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this is a pretty solid little set. And it's not like the second half of it's hard. And really, like, even the Dylan song's not that hard, but it's hard because I've never played harmonica live. It's another thing of pressure. It's like, okay, how's this going to go? So I get up there and immediately, I haven't started yet. I'm the opening act, which is really, I don't like being in that position just because you can't get a feel for anything.
Right.
And
you're going in totally blind. You have no idea what these people are like.
Right. And you're going to be you're going to be the guinea pig.
Right.
And I get up there and it's loud. And I mean, it's loud. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this crowd I think it's kind of loud, but it's hard to tell because you're up on a stage and it's just hard to tell. So I'm just like, well, whatever, I'll just do my thing and see if they quiet down. So I start playing, and I'm not up there with a band where a band makes a lot of noise. Like if you're in a band at a bar and they're making a lot of noise, you don't notice because it's so much noise up there that it drowns everything out. It's just me and an acoustic with microphones, up to it. It's fucking loud. And I'm going, yeah, this is still pretty loud. Like halfway through Don't Drink the Water, I'm just kind of like, they've quieted down a little bit, but really not much. So I get done with that first song and people clap. I'm like, okay, at least they're listening a little bit. But like in between that and the Dylan song, it's still fucking loud. And what I don't like about loud crowds is obviously it annoys me because I'm up there like dance boy, you kind of feel like shit.
Right.
Because at this point, I played enough gigs, I played enough in front of enough people. I don't mind if you don't like it, but just pay attention. I want you to watch the performance. There's a reason I'm up on stage. It's not to play to the back of your head while you're talking really loud to your friend. Like, I don't know if there was a birthday party going on in there or what, but the whole back of the room was packed and loud. So I go on to Dylan, and I mean, I'm not a psychopath. I played well. I did a really good job with that. And they still really weren't quieting down. Like they clapped and everything, but I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? So I play the next 3 songs and I nailed them. And I get off the stage and I'm like, man, I don't like saying crowds are bad because a lot of times when you say, oh, that crowd sucks, you sucked.
Right.
You don't ever, like, there are bad crowds, but a lot of times when people say that was a bad crowd, they weren't. You just weren't that good.
Right.
So I'm just sitting there kind of watching the second guy go up, and between his first and second song, he stops and goes, so you guys want to just talk or you want to listen to some music?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, first of all, I love this fucking guy. And 2, I don't feel like such an asshole.
Right.
Oh, Pike.
He's chiming in with his 2 thoughts on that. He's like,
Yeah,
I disagree strongly.
Yeah, you were fucking awful. I was there.
You were the worst, most terrible asshole. So, okay, so the second guy, as soon as he goes on, he kind of just realizes that this is a shit crowd too.
Yeah. And he got off stage and came up to me and he shook my hand. He's like, yeah, it was really, really good what you did. And I'm like, oh, thanks. You were really good too. And I said, I just said, like in passing, I'm like, yeah, it would have been really nice if the crowd was a little quieter. And he's like, oh man, I just went up there. I just tore up my set list because I'm like, oh, should probably just try some new stuff. This crowd doesn't give a shit. I'm like, oh, okay, good. I'm like, I'm not terrible. I'm not, insane.
So now Fritz is, that's where you're performing, right?
Right.
Now that's like one of the trendy hipster food houses in downtown Keene, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like the people that are supposed to be in it for the music, they're just in it for their discussion about what happened this week on Pinterest.
Yeah. They're like, hey, how are my thick border glasses looking? They're like, not as good as your skinny jeans.
as a wearer of thick border glasses and as a man who sports a beard, sir, I just
Well, I
wanna
have a
say-
beard, but I will say this: you've had thick border glasses forever.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you're a fucking OG. They stole
Yeah.
that shit from you.
Of course they did. And before that was shop glasses. So whenever those come back, I'll be like, yeah, shop teacher glasses. I've seen those before.
You're on this shit.
I'm on this shit.
But yeah, I had family members there too. Like some of my cousins came and that kind of stuff. And I had a family party yesterday, Sunday, and I was telling some of the people that weren't there, I'm like, yeah, I played really well, and it was a good show and everything. It was just like, I don't know, I think the crowd might have sucked. And one of my cousins was like, oh yeah, we almost it almost got ugly back there.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, these guys were awful. Like we almost made a problem. And I'm like, well, thanks for not doing that, because that would have really ruined the show. But yeah, I guess it was like a big problem where people, because I noticed people like in the audience kept looking back at this crowd too. Like, I'm like, okay, first of all, you're distracting me by being loud. And now you're taking away from these people who want to see a fucking show.
Right.
Like, I don't understand why you'd ever go to a performance, especially like an acoustic, quiet kind of environment. It's a very, like, you walk into Fritz's, you kind of know what you're getting. It's a very loungy kind of, you can tell it's artistic, that kind of thing. It's really,
Right.
And I cannot imagine why you'd ever walk into some place like that and just start being, loud, like the whole thing.
Well, it defeats the whole purpose of going to the show in the first place. I mean, was there a cover for this, or was it like just a free walk in and
Free walk in.
okay? Okay, so there's a cover. It'd be even more confusing.
Correct.
Like,
Right. Where you
let's
actually
spend-
you paid to do this.
So now where I feel like a shithead is that there's been many times where I've gone out to bars where there's live bands playing, not so much listen to music, but to have music there while I was at the bar.
Sure.
You'd be like, you son of a bitch. But never so much to the point where I just paid no attention to it at all. And there's a certain point where as the person going to the show, I think it's if it's like an acoustic-y type performance, the assumption I have with that is it's supposed to be quiet and just kind of like take it in and be chill.
Yeah.
And not be super loud. If it's a band where you have like a blues band playing and it's
Dude,
like a
totally
louder
different
band.
Yeah.
There's two parts to this. One is that I'm probably there with friends. I do want to visit with them and socialize and have a good time with them. And the other part of that is that in that type of environment, it's up to the band to kind of get me into what they're doing at the same time too.
Right.
Like rope me in. But if you're playing like acoustic covers of things and that's like this paired at this place you're going to, and that's what the expectation for that evening is, and you have a bunch of people that are just being loud and obnoxious, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
mean, if you go to a bar and there's a bar band there, like there's a, they're just playing. Yeah, I mean, it's an expectation.
right.
Like you go to a bar, I've played bars. You go to bars and you just play. And there's people that will pay attention to you and dance to it and all that kind of stuff. And then there's people that just don't. They just go there to hang out with their buddies, and it's kind of cool to have music in the back. And it's just a whole different vibe, because when you're in a band, there's nothing going on but what you're playing, because it's so loud. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's not distracting to have people just listening to you or people talking, having their own side conversations and stuff like that. When you're in this little room, when it's an acoustic set, it's like, yeah, you can, yeah. When there's people clapping in the back, like mid song because of something that's going on in their group. Yeah, I can hear that. So can everybody else that wants to hear the fucking show. Like there was one time where someone started clapping in the group. Like they were all clapping. And it wasn't
For
at me.
what?
I don't know.
Was it even like in beat with the music, or is it just
no.
wow?
It was like a yay, like that. Yeah. So I was like, I got off stage. I'm like, did I fucking blow? Am I out of my mind? And I'm like, I'm not. I've done this long enough. I'm not insane.
Right.
But then you hear enough things where people are like, oh yeah, it was a problem.
That sucks. Well, I'm sorry you had that experience about it, but other than that, did you feel like you did a good job overall? Like, is it still something you're going to go back and revisit?
Oh, yeah.
Revisiting?
Yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, this set was better than my last set I had there.
Oh, good.
No doubt about it. Like, that's the thing. I'm up there going, man, I'm fucking working my ass off and it's working. It shouldn't be this hard. You know, like the last time I was there, it wasn't nearly that good, in my opinion. And, you know, people were fine. So it was really I was up there just befuddled going, man, do I fucking suck? But the thing is too, like anybody who's played enough shows knows that there's just going to be fucking bad rooms.
Of course.
And it's good at the end of the day. Like it's good to be able to do that.
Well, the thing too is that even though you had a bad room of people, right, and it wasn't the best experience as far as that part of things goes,
right,
you at least have gotten some more experience under your belt of how to handle yourself in those bad rooms and not just be like the fucking walk off stage and be like, I'm not dealing with this. Like at least you're getting the experience of pushing through those shit people. And if you are one of those shit people, you listen to the show, you're a dick for not paying attention or being respectful. But
yeah, just correct your shit, you know?
Yeah, but it's good that you at least can know how to handle yourself or what to do in those situations. And now you know that sometimes when you get a bad room, it's not just you. It is just bad people. They're out there.
Yeah, right. It is a thing that happens where it's just like, okay, this crowd is just not gonna, they're not gonna play. They're not gonna play ball with you.
And remember, Fritz is a college hangout, and we went over this not even a month ago on the show that 80% of the people in that school are shitty.
Yes. Yeah. So I remember very well.
So the likeliness statistically of them all being in Fritz at the same time is actually alarmingly high.
Yeah, I should have just stopped the show and been like, so how many people in here were like flipping cars? Just by a show of hands. Because like honestly, I have a really hard time being professional in those moments. By being professional meaning like pushing through a bad crowd. Because back when I was, when I was doing a lot of open mics in the past, I was also a using addict at that time, like alcohol and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Where I would go, what do you people want? I would really just break that wall. Like, oh, he can hear us.
Yeah,
and
just be like, yeah, still an actual person on stage, guys. So look, I just don't want to be rude, but fuck you all.
Yeah, like it would, you finish the song and you just notice that that's not a good crowd, and you just immediately go, fuck this, and just be like, what's your problem? Like this, and just ruin everything. Yeah, and that's something I have done, and this time I just wanted to do it. I didn't actually do it,
right?
Because the guy who came and saw me afterwards, who was on stage second after me. He's
the
like,
guy who did do it, and
nicely, kind of, he was polite about it, but he did it. Yeah. He goes, after I said, it was a loud crowd, he goes, oh yeah, man, it's one of those things, you can't be mad at the audience. They're the audience, and they're there without them. We have nowhere to go, and you can't be mad at them. They're the audience. And I'm like, well, you can't be mad at them, but I can.
It's like those little fish that attach to the bottom of a shark's stomach.
Right.
You need them.
Yeah.
They're your fang tooth, the lampreys. They're your lampreys just leeching on and eating your stomachs.
Yeah, and like in audiences, they have a free pass to be anything they want to be. It's a weird thing, especially in today's world, where that's one rare avenue you can go down, is being an audience member, where you can really just sit there and stare at someone and go, no, that wasn't really good. No, didn't like that. And nobody will really look at you like you're evil. And then,
well, right. As long as they don't need to say it to your face.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they can like not pay attention. They can be loud, or they can just sit there and stare and not clap. And all that's okay. And then I'm supposed to go, thank you. Here's more. I hope you like this. Like it's a weird relationship you have with an audience, because when an audience is really good, you fucking totally forget about the bad ones.
Right, and you want to give them fucking everything. You're like, oh man, I want to give these guys the best show fucking ever.
Right.
They
and you
love having me here.
Yeah, and you forget how to give them everything if you don't give the bad ones everything too.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really easy to just say, okay, I'm going to give you guys are really cool, so I don't really have to work that hard, so I'm not going to. You guys are going to love me no matter what.
Right.
You know, that's easy to do too. So that's why the bad crowds are good in some ways, but it's not fun to live through.
You know, there's a comedian that I can think of right now that makes me wonder if he developed his comedic style from having so many bad crowds that he just went into it assuming it's going to be horrible.
Who's that?
Stephen Wright.
Wow. Stephen Wright comes up way too much on this fucking podcast.
No, it does. But the whole way he delivers all of his content is very based off the fact that it sounds like he expects everyone to hate everything he says.
I was born cesarean. That
Yeah.
Stephen Wright?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Me and my cousin Jack talked about Stephen Wright for a while on this podcast.
He's a classic. I saw him live many years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where?
He was at the Colonial Theater in Keene, New Hampshire.
Was he really?
Yep.
I missed that fucking show.
It was probably 98, 99.
Oh, yeah, I definitely missed it.
So when I said many years ago.
Okay, sorry.
I can always pull that, old as fuck card.
98, I was 12.
98, I was older than 12.
Yeah, you were. Not much older, really.
16.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
We were just a few years away from systematically ruining our lives together.
No, it's true. Yeah, we were on the edge of a chasm that once you fall in, you don't look back that easily.
Nope. It's true. It's very
cheers.
true. Yeah, exactly. Yay.
But no, yeah. So like with the whole thing with the crowd and like getting like frustrated with them hating them, it's kind of, I feel the same way about my work because working in IT, I have to talk to a lot of people that at any given point in the day, I am 2 seconds away from just stopping what I'm saying and being like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, totally. Yeah.
Like when people call up and it's like, it's the internet's broken, and you're like, no, it isn't. Just relax.
Take a deep breath.
No, I think the internet's down. I'm like, the internet is never down.
Right. The entire internet?
If it is, you wouldn't be able to call me because your phone routes through it. So let's take a step back.
Let's use our brains now. Let's use our brains.
What happened? Well, I can't print. I'm like, what does that have to do with the internet? Well, I'm trying to print from this website, and whenever I click on print, it doesn't bring up the window. I'm like, so you're not even not on the internet. Well, I'm there. It's down. It's not printing. And I just want to hang up the phone.
Right. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, are you fucking serious? Is this? And that's a challenge because every time I have the phone too and it rings, I'm like filled with this overwhelming sense of dread. Like one day, I'm gonna get that phone call from the person that tells me their letters are all big. and when it happens, I'm not gonna know what to do.
No, they're just gonna hear like that at the end of the line because you're just gonna have a cord dangling from your hand.
Yep, pretty much.
Like what the fuck?
I'll be hanging off the other end of it over that edge of my cubicle wall.
Yeah, I can't imagine working in any kind of customer service.
But the thing is, like with your audience, I need these assholes.
I know.
I don't want them.
I can so like that when you just said that, it was like a fucking knife in my heart. I know. Yeah. I know.
I need these simple, stupid people.
I need you fucking assholes. That's why in the past it's like I'd never been like, fuck you, I'm off this, I'm done. It was always, well, what do you want?
Right.
Let's build a bridge here.
Yeah, but there are some rivers that are just too wide.
Yeah, you're totally right. There are some groups that you're just not gonna win.
No.
And you don't want to. Like you don't want to have that bridge, really, but you do in that half hour.
Right.
But minute 31, you're like, no, it's over.
The bridge needs to be there for somebody to cross it if they want to.
Right. And that's my job to set it up.
Once a week, I hit that person that has like this aha moment where I'll do something, they'll be like, oh, I never thought to think of it like that before. And they're like, the computer is really just not going to change unless I do something to it. And you're like, yes.
You're like, yes,
exactly.
Yes, keep going.
And then like that other
like a breakthrough in therapy.
Yeah, where they say, oh my God, so everything that's broken on my computer, I broke it. And you're like, yes, that is precisely correct.
Did you plug it in?
Why is it?
Oh
you
yeah,
plug it
they
in?
never plug it in.
Oh,
Scott.
he just said it horribly though.
Yeah, he
I,
did.
I apologize for Computer Scott.
It's okay. I've learned how to speak Scotlandese.
I guess so. Did you plug it in? Like, what the fuck was that?
Did you plug it in?
That was fucking awful.
Did you plug it in?
Yeah, it was terrible. But
Sorry, guys.
it's okay, bud. Don't worry about it. But
There's no excuse. Scott.
he said that very well, actually. He enunciated, "Sorry, guys." It sounded like his voice cracked a little bit. I think he's upset. But
No.
oh, what was I gonna say? Computer Scott, you fucker. Oh, it's right there.
You have no idea what you're gonna say.
No, I did. It's right there. Oh, yeah. There is something I've noticed because I took a bit of a break between like when I used to do gigs and when I started doing them again. And there's something I've noticed, and I'm not sure if this is an age thing or if it's a new technology thing. I've been thinking about it for a little bit, where younger people aren't really into trying like a new music out. You know, like it's one of those things. I don't know if it's I don't know this is good already. Like somebody didn't tell me it was good, so I don't want to give it a chance. Or maybe like I was thinking with the way we get music now, which is basically, I mean, most younger people get music digitally now.
Right.
So like I know for me, that's a new thing. Like to me, it's weird downloading an album. I'm used to, popping a CD in and burning it to my computer, ripping it, dubstepping it, whatever the fuck the kids call it now.
I don't think copying your music is called dubstepping. Go on.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to be hip. I'm trying to get, I'm trying to, with my voice, have thick border glasses.
What do you call dubstep about food?
I don't know.
Grub step.
There you go.
What do you call a person that's had too much grub step?
What?
Chub step.
Okay. I like the first one a lot, to be honest with you.
The first one's better than the second one.
Yeah, the first one is great. I like that one. But okay, what was I? Okay. When I put music on my iPhone, most of that music is from CDs that I own.
Right.
I rip them to my computer. And I think for a lot of years, even like with my mom, she was my main music influence growing up. She just listened to everything. And I would always just grab one of her CDs and rip it to a computer. And I still have her CD collection now, and I do that a lot. So I'm wondering if, I'm stumbling upon music a lot, especially when I was young. Now I go and seek it, but I don't know if are younger people stumbling upon music anymore.
I think, well, now that a lot of the radio stations in the country are all owned by one organization, I think that really narrows it down.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, Clear Channel owns pretty much everything.
Right.
The only reason they don't own everything in Keene, New Hampshire is because it's too fucking small.
Because it's fucking Keene. Yeah, right.
Yeah. that like holdout radio station owns 3 or 4 places, and it's just because the people that own it are either too stubborn to sell out or are not coherent enough to make legal decisions to do so because they're so fucking old.
Like, yeah, right.
That's kind of where that's at, I think.
They're like, you know what we're gonna do? Fuck FM. We're just going straight AM, just AM.
If you look at the current, I guess, topology of the music landscape right now, there's really not maybe this is just me being ignorant to. I don't think there's a whole lot of exciting things going on in general.
I have to agree with that.
The whole rock scene is gone. They still, and the thing is that the rock bands that are still out there are clones of the ones that were there when we were younger, most of which were clones of the ones that were there when your parents were younger.
Yeah.
There's still a few standouts. Like Tool is still together and they still play and they're excellent. And Nine Inch Nails remains probably still the dominant force in industrial, but they're also at this point the only force in industrial.
Yep.
There's such a level of stratification between the people that are bad at it and the people that are good at it. And the thing is that all the good people or all the talented musicians aren't the ones singing and performing anymore. They are making huge amounts of money because it is more time and cost effective for them to get their music out to the masses by selling it to the poster children of the music industry, like the Rihannas and the Keshas and the Pitbulls.
Sure, right.
The talent is still there, because you posted something on your Facebook about how, oh my God, I can't believe it took six people
writers,
to write Fancy from Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
But the thing is that these 6 people that wrote it was a think tank of 6 of the most like music and production inclined people in the industry to make this song specifically to sell this person.
Right.
Like, this song was created to make this person a household name.
It's so scientific.
Yeah, and when you think of it like that, like, the talent of those 6 people is actually really impressive.
No, absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
This very small pool of people writes almost every hit that hits the radio.
How fucking amazing is that?
It is amazing.
Because like, really, like, you can't, like, it's funny that we call them musicians still. Like,
well, they are.
No. I mean, no. I mean, like, Iggy Azalea, Nicki Minaj.
They're performers. They're not musicians.
Yeah, right. They're entertainers.
Right.
I have no problem calling them that because they do their fucking job.
Yeah, they do. They're entertaining. Pitbull's entertaining. Kesha's entertaining.
And people show up and pay. So where's the argument? As far as entertainment goes,
it's like professional wrestling. Yeah, we know it's all fake, but we like their characters.
Yeah, and they work their ass off.
Characters.
Right, and they work their ass off.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj is a fantastic character. I think she's one of the funniest characters in music. Like,
yeah, I fucking agree with that too.
I mean, man, I'll tell people, like, I think Nicki Minaj is great, and people are like, why? I'm like, she's nuts. She's like, well, she's probably not really nuts. I'm like, well, her character is, and she's really selling it to me. So
right. Oh, exactly. She's doing her fucking job right.
It's interesting. In one side, it's really sad when you look at that everything you hear is made from this like really tiny think tank of like songwriters.
Right.
And the other point, you have to at least step back and be like, man, those people that are writing these songs are incredibly fucking talented.
Sure.
Not even if you don't like the music, but the fact that they have been able to reduce to a science what will sell to 70% of the Americans in the country. Every single time.
Yeah.
And then those same people aren't just writing pop music. They're writing the country songs. They're writing the rap songs. They are writing literally all of the fucking music.
Well, yeah, but then that's why you're starting to see, like, Nicki Minaj, Anaconda, which is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Right.
Now they're taking songs, and like, it's happened. It's always happened, but now it's happening a lot.
Well, it's a song that we already liked before. Of course, we're gonna like it a second time.
And then we put new music. I mean, we put new lyrics on top of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, that's not a cover.
Rihanna did a song that used the loop from
Michael Jackson,
Blue by Eiffel 65. It's like, of course we still like it.
Right.
We already know that track sells.
Please Don't Stop the Music had Michael Jackson in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's loaded with
it. The 90s. Can't Touch This, MC Hammer. We already knew that Super Freak was a great song.
Right.
We already voted with our money for that once. Yes, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
And when they resampled that into another song in like the late 2000s, of course we bought it again too. It's yeah, they know.
Yeah, they know. And that, like, now that I think it's happening more and more now, but that's what hurts me personally. But that's because I'm in, at the end of the day, like, it would be super cool to be a rock star. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my brand of that, like what I would bring to the table, it's not what would sell anymore.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. Like the traditional rock star doesn't even exist anymore. Like,
right.
It's gone.
Yeah.
That market is kind of died down until they think that it's going to start to sell again. Like, that's the whole thing. Like,
correct.
When I'm
dead.
The grungy in your parents' basement marketing of music doesn't really work when there's more money to be had by the I live in my parents' condo that they bought for me while I drive around their Mercedes market.
Yeah, that's a bigger market. It's a
smaller market. It's a large market, but it's a smaller market that has a lot more money to spend.
Right, but it's an intense market.
Right.
But because what I've noticed is that there are bands out there that are really, what you would consider traditional music today, I guess, which is basically just instruments and people who can perform with those instruments, but they don't have huge followings, but they have incredibly loyal followings.
Right.
You know, there's people that like Nicki Minaj today, and they probably won't next month.
Of course.
But there's a constant, like, incredibly high recycling, revolving door.
Oh yeah, we can pull another one of her off the streets, no problem.
Yeah, there will be another one, and there'll probably be 3. You know, like everyone that leaves right now with Nicki Minaj, or even Iggy, like if one leaves, there's 3 coming in.
Right.
Like they're blowing up. They're still blowing up, if you ask me.
Versus like with 9 Inch Nails, I've been a fan of that musician for 18 years now.
Right.
And
yeah, you're not going anywhere.
no, but when I went to a 9 Inch Nails concert, Rebecca and I were laughing because everyone at this concert was our age.
Right.
Because there's a whole bunch of like gothed up 9 Inch Nails fans that were smoking outside. One of them throws a cigarette on the ground. The other guy looks at him and goes, "No, man, that's not cool. Throw that in the garbage." So he picks it up, throws it in the garbage. Like, "I'm sorry." And he's like, "No, it's cool." Then he holds the door open for the guy. He's like, "After you." He's like, "After you." I'm like, "Oh my god, this is our hardcore industrial crowd."
Holy fuck, manners.
Yeah, they don't litter and they hold the door for each other. Like that's
They're crushing this shit
after all this time.
You're such a fucking rebel, dude.
No, it's so funny.
You first.
Just to watch that whole how you can almost look back now too, and you can look at some of the bands that were big when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Like Hoobastank was huge.
Oh shit, yeah.
Whatever happened to them? Oh yeah, they were made to sell albums, and now they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Replaced by Saliva, also gone. Replaced by Papa
and
Roach,
Soil,
also gone.
Soil and Puddle of Mud. Yeah, there was a lot of those fucking bands, weren't there?
There really were. And you can look back now, and you can like actually like with an objective, like that 2020 retrospective vision, be like, oh my god, it's so obvious.
Yeah, like who couldn't see that coming?
Yeah, but you didn't.
Right, when you flood the market with like basically one band times 10.
Right,
they're all just like this new band. They're a lot like Soil, Dirt. They're Dirt, and everybody's like, yeah, they'll be around for 20 years.
Of course,
Dirt will be around forever.
Of course, yeah.
Opening for Soil.
Someone Jars of Clay.
Right, exactly. It's just fucking ridiculous. You're right. When you look back, you go, oh, of course.
Yeah, and we all made some mistakes. I mean, I think some of us thought Alien Ant Farm was going to go further than it did.
With their awesome cover of
Annie, Are You Okay?
Yeah.
Once again, a song that everyone already liked once.
Yep. Yes. Which I played their version of it live once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and it was actually like one of the most fun songs ever to play.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it was so fucking easy, 1. And 2, it's just the way that, their version of it was really energetic.
Oh, yeah.
They sped it up slightly and they had actual instruments, and it's like, oh, shit, this is actually really fun to play. They're gone.
Yeah, when your breakaway hit is somebody else's song, you got big problems coming. Just putting that out there.
Right, exactly. If that's your hit.
Annie, are you okay?
Oh, Computer Scott.
Hey, Computer
Crush
Scott.
that shit.
He's just like, okay.
Well, he said more.
Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay?
Man, so here's the deal with Computer Scott. If he doesn't start piping the fuck up, we're gonna have to just punch him.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
He's just, his enunciation is so weak.
I know.
Your microphone will drown Computer Scott out if either one of us is talking at the same time.
I know. I gotta fix that. I don't know why he's so fucking. I don't know why he's being so difficult.
I'll try to speak clearer.
Oh, that was way better.
Do you mean more clearly?
I don't know who should be upset. Because
you're both at fault.
Yeah, I don't want to break any illusions, but I am Computer Scott.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shaka.
Boom shakalaka.
God.
What's up, motherfuckers? Who wants to party?
At least he's got a few go-tos. Did you like copy paste a whole bunch of these into his memory banks or something?
Yeah, I did make a couple like soundboard, Scott.
That's pretty good.
So I can just click.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom Scott Kalaka.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that.
Email us at john@thejohnbrownshow.com or greg@thejohnbrownshow.com for advice, you silly bitches.
I love the plug.
Fucks yeah.
God, are you just going through all? You're just
Fucks yeah.
stop.
Fucks yeah.
No, stop.
All right.
No, stop.
We don't want to. We don't want to flood it.
You're killing me. You're killing computer, Scott. Johnny Five is not alive. He's just a fucking robot with a man saying a voice.
Johnny Five.
Yeah, from that Short Circuit movie.
Oh, I know Johnny Five as the guitar player from Marilyn Manson.
He's named after the robot in the movie Short Circuit.
Jesus Christ, my fucking world is coming down.
Are you fucking serious? You never heard of that before?
No.
All right.
Short Circuit movie. Short Circuit.
I really, it almost hurts me to do this to you.
Oh, there it is.
But then it doesn't, because I love ruining people's time.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the name of the robot in the movie was Johnny Five.
Oh.
It was the fifth robot in the movie Short Circuit.
I'm looking up the trailer. Oh, right here. Trailer.
Oh, Jesus.
On it.
Today, your phone is a camera.
Damn it.
A music.
That is not it.
Fucking ads. It's an ad. Here we go. Ooh, nice. Definitely from a VHS.
Oh, yeah.
It's the ultimate soldier. It doesn't get happy, it doesn't get sad, it doesn't laugh at your jokes.
It is quite simply the most sophisticated robot on Earth.
Holy shit.
At Nova Robotics, the future is in good hands.
You're doing real good. Just keep working on those last two bars.
Thanks
Breaks
to
his
Dr.
hand.
Newton Crosby.
Originally, I designed it as a marital aid.
But artificial intelligence has gotten too smart.
It's malfunctioning.
This is so
It might
bad.
do anything.
But it could decide to blow away anything that moves, couldn't it?
Because $11 million worth of robot just hit the road. Number 5 is alive.
Welcome to my planet.
You just have to find number 5, get some answers.
Why don't you come on in my house?
And it's got a lot of living to do.
Whatever it takes to put that stupid contraption out of commission, that's what you do.
Me input.
The fuck?
I haven't had enough of this stuff. More input. More input.
And they can seem quite lifelike, but they are still machines.
Number 5 is alive. Nice software. How it happens, who knows, but it has happened.
A new comedy adventure from John Badham, the director of War Games.
Who the fuck is that? Oh.
Ali Sheedy, Steve Gutenberg, and Number 5,
Beautiful.
Short Circuit.
I am alive.
Yep.
Well, they just called him number 5, though.
No, the robot is Johnny Five.
I know. I'm just trying to make
It says so in the actual, in the movie, you find that out.
I'm just trying to argue.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Don't worry.
Don't watch it on the show for sure.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Let's just watch the movie for an episode.
Oh, God. Happy 25th Short Circuit and the Short Circuit Fan Club. May 9th, 2011. Oh.
Are you a part of the fan club?
Oh, God, no.
Thank God.
No, but the really cool thing is the robot has a laser mounted to his shoulder.
That is pretty cool.
And he navigates using tank tracks.
And he said to the girl, "Nice software," when he was talking about her titties.
Exactly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he knows what's going on.
Nice software.
Yeah. So, no, sorry to ruin the name of Marilyn Manson's guitars to you.
No, it's fine. I'm not a big Marilyn Manson fan anyway.
Definitely not now.
No, even less.
Yeah, who steals their name from a kid's movie, for fuck's sake?
Seriously. The guy had no, I'm fine. Nothing's been ruined.
The only thing that'd be better is like getting a cat and naming it Maleficent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. Speaking of movies that are rough to get through. So last night I was gonna play some Minecraft with Brad. And
we should probably first though congratulate Brad.
Yes.
Getting engaged. At a boy.
He did it.
Yes.
He finally did it.
He fucking done did it.
I called him. I was like, turn on the waterworks for him.
How did he feel about that?
He got really awkward about it.
Yeah, I knew it.
And then he dropped the good old like, if she leaves you, I'm right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Right.
But I was gonna play Minecraft with Brad, and that fell through. And my girlfriend's like, "You want to watch a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it's this film called Divergent.
Divergent. All right.
Yes. So it's one of those adaptations from those teen book those teen books, all Hunger Games or Twilight, or I think Ender's Game is one of them too. Wait, hold on. Hey, Rebecca, was Ender's Game a teen book?
I have no idea.
She doesn't know.
Okay.
But basically, it's if you took Equilibrium, and took out Gun Kata and smashed in a whole bunch of teenage angst.
Oh boy.
And got
I
rid
heard
of
curse words.
Yeah, it's 41% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. I'm looking at him and go, doesn't look good at all. He lives in a futuristic world. I'm already out.
Yeah, but in light of that, I would say everyone should watch it. It's the best movie on earth.
Is it like the best worst movie on earth?
No, it's just bad.
Okay.
I just like telling people to watch terrible movies to eat up their life.
Can I tell you a bad movie to watch?
All right, go for it.
Called Into the Storm.
Ooh.
And it's a like an end of the world type of movie, but it's not really end of the world. It's like a really bad storm movie.
21%.
Yeah.
Are they being chased by a sentient tornado?
No, not really. I mean, there's parts of it, yeah, but it's kind of like it's a bad storm movie, which I have a really soft spot for storm movies.
Is there such thing as a good storm movie?
No, there isn't.
And it's certainly not this one.
Correct. Like the Day After Tomorrow. Like I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yes.
I like that movie.
Oh god.
I know. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying I like it. Okay.
So, okay.
Not that I'm defensive or anything.
No, I wouldn't. Well, I would be actually in your case. I'm going to link you a picture real quick here.
It's not very nice at all.
Well, okay. Is this an actual scene from this film? Like, is this picture actually from this?
Let me look. No. No, I wish it was. This is a no. This
For
is
those that can't see, we've got a bunch of Fong rendered square polygons and what looks like MS Paint brushes.
It looks like a bunch of tofus all over the ground. Like large pieces of tofu. No, this is not a real picture.
Okay.
But again, wish it was. Because this fucking movie, it's like sci-fi movie level bad acting. And it's basically there's a giant tornado that occurs in the movie. That's the fucking punchline. Sorry if you have it fucking TiVo'd out there. That's how old I am. That's how out of touch I am. I said TiVo. But I think they spent every dollar they had on the tornado.
All right, let's see it.
Okay.
I leave you with Henry David Thoreau's words. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. We salute you! Please move inside in an orderly fashion. Here we go.
See, already bad too. Like they wouldn't know a tornado was coming.
Get down. Face the wall. Cover your head.
Oh my god.
Look at the size of it. Come on, hurry up, let's go.
What do we got?
It's regenerating. Did you hear that?
It's regenerating.
Dad, help us! The building fell down on this water for again.
I gotta get my son. Can you take us?
Oh yeah, there's a high school love story in the middle of this.
Oh, and a
What
helicopter.
do you guys do for a living?
They chase. I study.
Look out! Taylor was close. Dude, my arm hurts.
All the warning sirens are down. If a tornado's coming your way, you're not
It's always good when there's dramatic music that
Oh,
just
fire
stops.
tornadoes.
Yeah, fire tornadoes.
many storms all my life. This one is bigger than any storm that has ever been.
Oh, and Carl's mom, Walking Dead. Oh. You're a son of a bitch. I want the last 2 minutes of my life back.
No.
No.
You can't have them.
No. God.
Into the storm.
Fuck you. That's all I have to say. Oh man, it picked up an airplane and some 18-wheelers. And a pterodactyl? No,
It was a pterodactyl.
That is an airplane too.
But yes, I watched that whole movie.
Damn.
It was bad. And not even like I know this is bad, but I'm enjoying it bad.
Just this is a bad and I'm...
There was a point where a guy was giving his son CPR.
Of course.
And I had to look away from the TV because it was such bad acting.
Didn't they come out and say that CPR was no longer effective, or that the mouth-to-mouth breathing was could go?
I hope they did. I hope he killed his kid in this movie because it was that fucking bad.
Let's see. No mouth-to-mouth required. A new CPR new rules. Blah.
Wow.
And a major change, the American Heart Association said Monday that hands-only CPR, rapid deep presses in the victim's chest until help arrives, works just as well in standard CPR for sudden cardiac arrest in adults.
Wow, look at you spreading knowledge.
Yep.
Good boy.
Experts hope bystanders will now be more willing to jump in and help if they see somebody suddenly collapse.
You don't have to give them kisses, open mouth kisses anymore.
Well, yeah, hands-only CPR is simpler and easier to remember. It was a big bear people skittish about mouth-to-mouth breathing.
Yeah. Now you get to have an excuse.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on.
Can you imagine if you revived somebody with mouth-to-mouth CPR because you didn't know, and then they pressed sexual assault charges on you?
I'd be
you need to use your mouth.
I'd be upset.
I'd be upset too.
And then they bring up that article.
Yeah,
but you don't need to.
Yeah, how do I un-CPR you?
Like, you don't need to. And I'm like, well, I didn't know. And they're like, well, you wrote the article.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, fucking hands, yeah, got me there.
Surprise.
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Have a seat over here.
Chris Hansen, what the fuck?
You're everywhere.
But one thing that's been going on in the world that's I think it's kind of important. The Sony hacking.
Yes.
And I know a little bit about it, but I have a feeling that you know more.
So I actually don't know too much. I kind of followed. Yeah, no, I've been very open in that the majority of my knowledge is if it hits the front page of Reddit, I've seen it.
Yeah, that's enough.
So basically, what happened is the movie The Interview was coming out, which was a Seth Rogen and James Franco film about trying to hunt down Kim Jong-un, the new one.
Yeah, and a comedy.
A comedy.
It's a comedy, right?
But Kim Jong-un was not too happy about it, and the North Korean government hacked Sony Pictures as an assault to stop the release of the film and as retaliation for this great shame against their dear leader.
Right. Yeah, and I guess they got a bunch of emails and financial records,
and
they were. Everybody's really shocked and excited to talk about how Sony executives don't really they don't really care about, or they don't really care for a lot of the artists.
Now see that I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I'll look it up and see if I can't read some directly. But yeah, there were some emails that were basically, we're not really fans of these people here. This person sucks. That kind of thing, which, I mean, I don't understand why people are at all surprised about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Angelina Jolie is a pain in the ass, I would think,
Why did the Sony hackers spend so much time leaking celebrity gossip?
Yeah. I keep
forgetting
forgetting
about the fappening, and they wanted a lot of hits.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you can see what I'm doing. I'm like, how's he know? Oh, all right. Because I pushed the share screen button. I forgot.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I know that they let me see if I can't find some. But yeah, I know they talked badly about Angelina Jolie, like that she was a pain in the ass. And I guess they don't want to pay Adam Sandler as much as they've been paying him, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, of course. Well, who would?
They're
Really?
like, well, yeah, right. And it's just, but it's all stuff that I'm like, who the fuck is even interested in this? Of course they don't like him.
Let's see. That's how North Korea might know us a little bit too well, though, because they're like, you know what will really divert the Americans' attention? What's that? Celebrity gossip.
Right. Exactly. Like, oh my god. And the fact that it fucking works.
I know. Yeah, there's nothing that the West loves more than celebrity gossip. It's like our cardinal thing. United States. What do we have here? We have cheeseburgers and NASCAR and celebrity gossip. We have People Magazine.
Right. Exactly. And it actually fucking makes a difference. Yeah. Hack Sony emails reveal producer Scott Rudin trashing Angelina Jolie as minimally talented spoiled brat.
Jeez.
Which just makes me kind of happy because, the bad part of me, that makes me happy. But it's one of those things where I assume that that's happening. So of course she has to. Like, it's not going to hurt her fucking feelings.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too, though, because part of the things I always like with celebrities, I look at them as too, is like the whole entertainer thing, as mentioned earlier, is that they're also just people doing their job.
Sure.
So these executives would be like the people that we work for, just on a much more financially vested scale.
Right.
And it's probably just the same as the other water cooler chat about, man, this fucking guy. You see what Swanson did last week? I can't even believe they haven't fired this piece of shit yet.
No, it's totally true.
Like, what a goon. It's the same thing, just on a way higher level.
Yeah, except for they're just known by everybody on the planet.
Right. Yeah, the bullshit will go straight to the top. And it's the same same thing you see everywhere.
Yeah.
Like can you imagine the ones like where Brad Pitt calls out to shooting, like, were you really sick, Brad? Yeah. Or were you just hungover?
Right.
Like,
and they find that email and everybody's like, oh my God, was he really hungover? It's
right,
like, come on.
right.
Seriously?
Meanwhile, what this buries is the other story where allegedly North Korea has armed their nuclear weapons as retaliation for the interview.
Right. Where now they're saying things like, we didn't hack you. They've actually come out to say that.
I'm pretty sure they did. The FBI's got their finger pointed for sure.
Well,
Although our country is pretty good too at jumping the gun, because the whole Iraq chemical weapons thing.
Well, yeah, it was but yeah, I think they've actually come out. I think I'll try to find the actual article. But I think they actually came out and said we didn't do it, but we're gonna threaten you now. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're just fucking out of their minds.
Man, North Korea always has the craziest threats too. Like, that whole country is like just one Bond villain wrapped into a whole plot of land.
Right. Exactly. It's like, you guys fucking.
You've written a lot about this difficult relationship.
And if you retaliate against us, your punishment will be 10,000 times worse.
Right, exactly. They are really Dr. Evil-ish.
They are really Dr. Evil-ish.
With really bad haircuts.
Would you not release the interview for $1 million?
But yes, North Korea would never admit its responsibility for the Sony hacking.
That doesn't say that we didn't do it.
No, exactly right.
We'll never admit it.
No, I get you. I mean, I hear you.
It's like if my parents catch me eating candy I'm not supposed to. It's like, I'll never tell you that I did. And it's like, yeah, well, we still know you fucking did it.
Right, exactly.
Your hands are covered in chocolate and your mouth reeks of peanuts and chocolate.
And then North Korea, I guess they got hit with large internet outages.
Boy, I bet that has nothing to do with the whole NSA thing we've been learning about for the past 2 years.
No, all of which route through China.
Coincidence? See, no, at least China
holy
here is
shit.
like, no.
Began experiencing intermittent problems yesterday and today and went completely black, according to Doug Mattery, director of the internet analysis at Dine Research in Hanover, New Hampshire.
So
it's really coming fucking full circle here, isn't it?
Well, so I think China is obviously like a communist country, but I think it's kind of funny that North Korea is getting all crazy on the internet. And then like China, like their Department of Technology just pretty much picks up the internet line that runs to North Korea and they're like, nope, snip.
Right, right. They're like really pinching the hose here.
You've lost your TV privileges, North Korea. No internet for a month.
Right, yeah, right. TV's off after 8 p.m.
I didn't even know they had computers there.
Exactly. It's like 56K.
Well, North Korea, it's supposed to be very restricted. Everything I've heard about the country is that it's pretty much like frozen in time, and everybody's kept cut off from as much information as possible.
Right.
So hearing that they even had hackers in the first place, I was like, yeah, what?
No,
like
seriously, right? I mean, they'd have to be like, knowing what we've known about North Korea, or what we thought we knew anyway. Like, if you have hackers in North Korea, they'd have to be, you know, high level people in North Korea.
Right, exactly. It's probably just fucking somewhere. It's one of those deals where a few years back, the truck of 3,000 PlayStation 3s went missing. So it's probably like one dude with 3,000 PlayStation 3s in a Linux cluster just poking around on
causing hell
on IO9.
Yeah, just fucking crushing Sony. They're like, how the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously?
No, they banned my PlayStation Network account. Now they will pay.
Well, yeah, that was one of the speculations over what they were talking about with like the retaliation was going to be Christmas, because other than you know, the threats of bodily harm to people for going to see this movie on Christmas Day.
So what? So Christmas morning, a bunch of 10-year-olds will turn on their PlayStation 4s for the first time that they got from mom and dad, and there'll be pictures of Dear Leader in the background waving to them.
Yes, pretty much.
Hacksaws.
People are ruining everything. They ruined Christmas. They ruined Didomus.
If I boot up my PlayStation on that day and I see Kim Jong-un or whatever waving at me, I will probably die of laughter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you fucking win, I guess. I guess you guys win today. You have this fucking victory.
Damn.
Yeah. But what do you think about them not showing it in theaters?
I have a hard time believing that what this movie is going to be could possibly have been worse than Team America.
No shit, right?
Right. So I'm pretty surprised. I think it was more of a thing where Sony, it's going to be written off because because of the threats, a bunch of theater owners said that they weren't going to show it. So the theater chains actually pulled out first.
Right.
And at the amount of money that Sony was going to lose from the revenue from the theater owners not showing it, a lot of people are thinking that this is a thing about censorship or whatever. If I was
like the terrorist win or whatever, I've been hearing a lot, you know, that kind of thing.
If we're being totally objective here, Seth Rogen and James Franco don't make a whole lot of really great movies together. They just don't. Like, they're average on their own. They're average together. It's not.
Yeah, right.
Necessarily a winning combination. And I think what we're looking at here is a bunch of Sony was going to run the movie just because, or at least make them something. They've already spent the money on it, so try and make back what you can. I think it was going to bomb regardless. But when all the theater owners pulled out and they weren't going to show it anymore, and then Sony's like, well, we can either keep trying to fight this, or we can write this off and destroy it, and then we can just claim it as a tax break or a tax loss. Because if you write it off, it financially would hurt them less to not release it,
right?
Than to not release it and scrap the whole thing. It would cost the Sony execs less money than to release it and have it bomb amidst everything that happens. Because
which is crazy, right?
Of leeway,
right?
So I think that they kind of knew they probably had a bit of a stinker of a film on their hands. And then when there was some backlash against it, they're like, you know what, let's parachute out of this fucking scenario.
Oh, that's a good theory. Yeah. I didn't think of that. Like, maybe they knew, like, this movie's not very, you know, it's just not that good.
It's Occam's razor. The only reason anybody even cared about this movie is because of this whole issue about it. I didn't even know it was coming out until this whole backlash. So if that's the type of press you have leading up to the movie, the only thing that people know about the movie is that there was this huge backlash from North Korea about it. It didn't have a lot of hype. A lot of people weren't looking forward to it.
Yeah, it wasn't a big thing until Gawker got like the ending of the movie and put it out on the internet.
Right.
Which is really shitty at Gawker, if you ask me. But
that's how Gawker reports. That's
I know. It's expected.
But no, I'm a firm believer of Occam's razor, and I think that the simplest answer is often the most truthful and the best. And it was going to be a shitty movie. Sony wanted to lose as little money of it as money of it on possible, and this was a very convenient.
Yeah. Do you think it'll ever be like, on demand type of thing or what?
I don't think it'll be on demand. I think it's going to be written off completely, and there'll be leaks of it.
Ooh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no advantage to them releasing it at this point.
Which will, by the way, fucking boost Seth Rogen and James Franco. Is that his name?
Yeah, it'll get their street credibility up.
Whatever they do next is going to be
bigger than it would have been.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, because sites like Gawker and Jezebel will be like, Seth Rogen and James Franco, famous from last year's The Interview scandal, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and people will go see it even if they don't want to.
Right.
So it's probably good for them, really. But
it is. As
long as North Korea doesn't blow them up.
No, North Korea will be after him. Meanwhile, Trey Parker and Matt Stone are like, how the fuck did we get away with this?
No shit, I know. With everything they've been doing forever about everything.
Kim Jong-il singing I'm So Lonely. Yeah.
The fuck? Right, exactly. They're like cartoons, right?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
But I am unfortunately about out of time for the evening, my friend.
Well, that's all right.
I'm so sorry.
We're ending on a strong note.
We are ending on a strong note, which is good.
It is good. Were you worried after last week?
A little. I messaged Brad. I'm like, hey, Brad, I think we're out of content. I'm so scared. It's like, how bad it get? I'm like, our phones were arguing with each other.
Yeah, it was bad last week. It was fucking bad. When Computer Scott's going, die, 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 die.
We're back.
Yeah, we're good. It was just a bad week, guys. It wasn't me, it wasn't Scott, it wasn't Greg. It was the soup that we created. Yeah, together. It was just bad.
At the same time. That's what the problem was.
It was just bad. I walked out of that one really sweaty.
See you guys later.
All right. Scott. See you, buddy.
And if anybody want to help make next week's show even better, email us.
Email us at john@thejohnbrownshow.com or greg@thejohnbrownshow.com for advice, you silly bitches.
Thank you.
You heard him, guys. All right. Say goodbye, Greg.
Bye.
Bye.